What if the QVC hosts you welcomed into your home every day didn't just leave quietly? What if their lives after QVC were filled with stunning twists, from secret comebacks to heartbreak, resilience, and unexpected reinventions? Today, we're digging into what really happened to some of QVC's most beloved former hosts. Not the polished version, the real one. Because some left by choice, some were forced out, and some came back in ways nobody ever saw coming. This is life after QVC. Where are they now? Let's start with someone whose name once meant sparkle and sophistication. Lisa Robertson, the queen of prime time, the face of QVC for almost 2 decades. She was elegance, confidence, grace under pressure. And then she was gone. In 2014, Lisa shocked fans when she walked away from QVC at the height of her career. No scandal, no controversy, just a quiet farewell, but behind the scenes, she was burned out. Years of constant on-air demands, sleepless nights, and even stalker threats had taken a toll. Yes, stalkers. Lisa later revealed she'd endured serious harassment, men showing up at her house, threats, fear. It was the side of fame QVC never talked about. So she left, to find peace, and she did, in a big way. Lisa launched her own lifestyle brand, Lisa Robertson LLC, home decor, fashion, curated elegance, all with her signature style. She runs her own live shows on Facebook, selling products directly to fans. And guess what? They showed up, by the thousands. The woman who once ruled QVC didn't disappear. She built her own empire, her way. And while she hasn't returned to QVC, she hasn't needed to. Lisa Robertson didn't fade, she flourished. But not every departure was so smooth. Remember Dan Hughes? He was the rock of QVC. That voice, that calm, that everyman charm. For 33 years, Dan was your trusted guide through cookware, tools, holidays, everything. Then, in 2023, fans noticed something strange. He was gone. No goodbye, no final show, no send-off, just silence. What happened? Dan was part of a massive QVC layoff. Behind the scenes, Curate Retail Group, QVC's parent company, was cutting costs. And Dan Hughes, a host of over 3 decades, was shown the door. Fans were outraged. They flooded forums. Where's Dan? Why didn't he get a real goodbye? After everything, this is how it ends. But here's what QVC didn't tell you. Dan wasn't done. He resurfaced months later. Not on TV, but online. With Scrub Daddy, yes, the viral sponge company. Dan is now their full-time content creator. YouTube, TikTok, cleaning hacks, jokes. That same familiar smile. He calls himself Scrub Daddy Dan. And fans, they followed him there too. Turns out Dan Hughes didn't need QVC. He just needed a fresh start. But he wasn't the only one blindsided that year. Carolyn Gracie, animal lover, garden queen, the cozy heart of QVC. She was let go the same day as Dan. No warning, no explanation. Gone. Carolyn's departure hit fans hard. Her Facebook post confirming the news went viral. "Time for new adventures," she wrote. But the pain was between the lines. And what came next? She bounced back. Fast. Carolyn joined Garden Party with Carolyn on Facebook Live, connecting with fans, selling outdoor decor, and yes, still sharing those adorable pet photos. She even launched her own apparel line. The support poured in. Carolyn proved something powerful. QVC may own the airtime, but the heart, that belongs to the host. Then, there's Antonella Nester. We told her full story before, but it's worth repeating, because her post-QVC journey might be the most heartbreaking and the most inspiring. Antonella was laid off in 2020 during QVC's restructuring. Her husband lost his job too. Bills piled up, they sold their house, moved onto a sailboat, literally. But what seemed like a quirky adventure turned into survival. Soon after, Antonella was diagnosed with 2 types of cancer, breast and lymphoma. She went through chemo, surgery, radiation, all from that tiny boat cabin, with her husband, Chris, by her side. Even after he suffered a heart attack during her treatment, it was almost too much. But Antonella didn't break. She turned her story into strength. She began hosting jewelry live streams again, from the boat, partnering with JTV, Silpada, even calling it Antonella After Dark. She didn't go back to QVC, she didn't need to. She brought the sparkle straight to her fans, and they followed her faithfully. Then there's Jill Bauer, another fan favorite. Calm, professional, always classy. Jill left QVC in 2019, not because she had to, but because she was ready. She wanted more time with family, more time to breathe. And after QVC, she became a podcast host, a lifestyle coach. She shares her journey openly, embracing midlife with grace and humor. Jill didn't fall away. She stepped into a new light. And speaking of new chapters, Dan Wheeler. If you remember Dan, you remember his kindness, his faith, his warmth. Dan left QVC in 2017, not to chase a new dream, but because his wife, Beth, was dying. She battled cancer, and Dan chose to be with her every step of the way. After her passing, Dan turned his grief into mission. He founded Fearless Faith, a Christian ministry focused on hope, healing, and resilience. He writes, he speaks, and he still shows up, not on QVC, but in the hearts of those who need encouragement the most. He gave up the camera to walk a higher path, but not everyone stayed gone. Kathy Levine, the original QVC superstar. She left in 2000, wrote books, did radio, made occasional appearances. Then, 23 years later, she came back. In 2023, Kathy returned to QVC as a guest host for fashion segments. Fans were stunned, but the energy was the same. The jokes, the sparkle, the comfort. It was like she never left. And fans loved it. It reminded them of a time when QVC felt more real, when hosts were personalities, not just salespeople. Kathy's return was more than nostalgia. It was a reminder, some legends never go out of style. And Jill Bauer, she didn't stop either. After returning to represent Scott Living, she blended her QVC grace with influencer power. Her blog, Just Jill, keeps growing. Home, recipes, holiday tips, she's now a trusted voice off camera too. And Dan Hughes, he launched a podcast in late 2025 called Behind the Counter, co-hosted with Carolyn Gracie. Together, they share untold QVC stories, host interviews, and reconnect with fans on a deeper level. Even hosts like Gabrielle Kerr and Christine Zell, both let go in 2020, have carved new spaces. Gabrielle launched a YouTube beauty channel. Christine writes a motherhood blog and speaks about work-life balance. Others stepped away from the spotlight entirely, like Albany Irvin. Once a rising star on QVC's tech and jewelry segments, she chose a quieter life after her exit. These days, she's focused on health, wellness, and motivational speaking, often blending her science background with a touch of inspiration. She may be off your screen, but she's still empowering women in her own way. And let's not forget Dave King, another beloved host from QVC's earlier years. While his departure didn't spark headlines, Dave has embraced a new rhythm of life. He occasionally pops up in nostalgic fan groups, always gracious, always humble. His presence, even in small doses, reminds fans of a golden QVC era. But even among returns and reinventions, there are mysteries. Where is Jacques Gonzalez? She left quietly in 2017. No public drama, no major comeback. Occasional updates on Facebook, but mostly silence. Same for Stacey Stauffer. Let go in 2020, she dipped into freelance work, some food segments, some wellness hosting, but the days of daily QVC airtime, they're behind her. And yet, fans still ask, where's Jacques? Where's Stacey? Because when you welcome someone into your home for years, you don't forget them. And that's the truth QVC doesn't always acknowledge. These hosts weren't just selling products, they were part of our routines, our mornings, our comfort zones. So when they leave, especially without warning, it leaves a mark. But what we've learned is that the best ones, they don't disappear. They evolve, they fight, they come back stronger, in new forms, on new platforms, in new chapters, and they take us with them. So the next time you wonder what happened to your favorite QVC host, just know, their story isn't over. In fact, it may have only just begun. Which former host do you miss the most? Drop your favorite memory in the comments, and let's give them the send-off QVC never did. And if you want more behind-the-scenes stories, more unfiltered updates, you know what to do. Subscribe, hit that bell, and stay tuned, because we're just getting started.